Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to have the spiritual power to understand their languages though. Just like in Acts, when the apostles were able to speak to the other Israelites in their languages, what countries they came from. We're going to be able to do that in the kingdom. We're going to be able to speak Chinese, speak East Indian, all these different dialects, man, and train them into the Hebrew. Okay?
Well, you know what though, brother? We ain't going to do training anything. We're just going to keep them stir up the house. That's right. That's how they're going to get it.
They're going to learn Hebrew too. They're going to have to learn that Hebrew too.
You're going to get a foot up there behind them. Spikes in there.
So lift up thy hand, the scripture says, lift up thy hand against the strange nations. These nations are strange, man. These are weird nations, man, that are without the laws of the Most High. They're without the Most High, period. These Hamites, circumcising their women. Okay?
That's
putting their head up on cows behind. Worshipping goats and cows and elephants. Okay, these are some weird, peculiar nations, man.
That's right.
On the left-hand side.
And the Edomites too, what they do, like they'll do this traditional thing, and they'll have a snake right up their nose, pulling up the other side.
Yeah. They do some crazy things, man.
I had to bring that up. Sorry.
Okay.
To show you, because we don't, our people, no matter what position you are in, our people don't do that sort of madness, man. You know what I mean?
Because it says they without the law, they are a law unto themselves. It's in I believe it's either an Acts or it's not an Acts, it's in Colossians, I believe. They do what's contained in the law without having the law. They don't have the law, but they do things that are of the law, because the law is written inside of them.
And brother, can I just say one thing too? Because you know, Jake, see, you can get a Jake broke out his mouth on drugs, all kind of drugs. Jake ain't gonna put no stick up his nose, and it's gonna come out the other nostril. Yeah, Jake ain't gonna be drinking no damn blood, man.
Yeah, he's not gonna dress up like a woman. These Edomites like to dress up like women, man. They go and have a good time, and these guys they're not gay. But they'll still dress up like a woman to have a good time. I saw it today, man. They'll dress up like tight mini skirt, and he's hanging around other men, and they call that having a good time. Show me a Jake that will dress up like that, man.
So they go out there, start clothes, they all wear those pink Cinderella thing, you know what I'm talking about.
Going out with the lads.
And then they all dress the exact same thing, and then they go out like that.
The lads, man. Lads.
Some of them big on the points.
Reverse spirit.
Lads.
Yeah, just trying to fit in.
You know what I'm saying? These are strange nations, man. They got a strange spirit on them. Okay? Because the Most High counts these other nations as being nothing. The other nations, the scriptures call them the dead, man.
Right.
According to Revelations, it says the dead. Revelations 20 verse 5. It says, and the rest of the dead shall not live again until the 1,000 years are fulfilled. Then they shall be loosed, then they shall be given a space of loosed or something like that. Okay? Revelations 20 verse 5.
It's Isaiah 14 and 9, and it says, hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at their coming.
Right. Hell from, read over.
It says, hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at their coming.
Right.
It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth.
Right.
It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations.
Read that again.
It says, hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming.
Hell from beneath is moved to meet thee at thy coming. So hell is coming to meet Esau at his coming.
Brother, what hell is it?
Hell is talking about death and destruction.
If you got no
So it's always you.
If you got no patience to listen others' ideas.
Why don't you
Not
listen?
him.
Why don't you
He's
listen?
never been paid.
Why don't you
back.
listen?
And if you got no respect and love for yourself and for others, what's the point we talking about religion?
Where what respect and love has you other nations showed us?
What?
What respect and love have you other nations of people showed my people?
Well, apart from America, Turkey,
What country you from?
Turkey is always. You see, this is why you're talking about freedom and love and respect, and you don't even shake my hand.
1453, man.
That's the number one. Say marhaba. You know what the marhaba mean? It's hello from the God. Yeah, God love, message from God heart. Don't talk about shit, man. You don't know shit. You are the one that's here. You don't make sense. You don't have a peace and love in your heart. Satan is inside you. Get Satan outside. Yeah, one side is angel, one side is devil. Choose which one you want. He's choosing Satan.
Even the chief ones of the
He's a Satan.
Even the chief ones of the earth.
And he's a Satan as well, one eye Satan.
It have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nation.
Read it again and we won't break it. This guy, this guy's just disturbed.
Same goal.
It says, hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming.
Well,
It stirreth up the dead for thee.
it stirs up the depth of it. Go ahead.
Even all the chief ones of the earth.
So even all the chief ones of the earth, right?
It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations.
All the kings of the, so they're described as being the dead, man. It stirreth up the dead for thee. Even the chief ones of the earth, okay, is raised up from their thrones, the kings of the nations, man. So the other nations, they're described as being the dead. They're gonna meet Esau at his coming, which means that that's what's called the Third World War, man. Okay? Esau is gonna go head to head with these other nations in this Third World War.
You know, too, brother, and that's why I was laughing. You know, no disrespect. Because that was nothing but a dead man over there, man. Dead man moving, you know?
Yeah, and you know why they're the dead? These other nations are the dead? Because the Most High is the God of what?
That's right.
The living.
Exactly.
And not who?
Dead.
The dead, man. Who's the living? The Israelites, man. They're not, how shall I call us lively stones? Okay? Did not the Most High choose us and give us His word? Give us the light of His covenant?
Let me tell you something, right? No, I respect what you're doing.
Are you Muslim?
Alhamdulillah, I'm Muslim. Don't worry about religion. We're not talking about religion now. But you know what you do? You talk to people in the street, which they don't know about the religion. But if you go for a good person to talk, you never win because you're trying to talk to shit. Because you're telling the people in the wrong way. Which you talk about the first word, which is coming from every single religion in the world. That's happened like so many times, but people still don't get it because every single person they say in a different story. That's why we don't get it. We can talk to each other because I don't know about my religion. How can I know about your religion? You know what I mean? But if you go for a good Muslim, you will talk to each other. You will understand each other. But if you talk to people in here in the street, you will get no point. Zero. Only zero.
Yeah, but you don't understand what this thing is about. That our job is to come out here into the streets. And this is how our people listen. Like I said, this isn't for everybody.
There is so many ways
This isn't for everybody.
to tell the people.
Okay?
There is so many ways.
Yeah, let's continue, man, because I don't want to sidetrack.
All right. You check out, guys. Yeah?
I don't want to sidetrack, man. So a lot of these demons are other nations of people, man. And this truth is not for them. Okay, this truth is not for them. Personally.
Just a recent, what that guy was saying, this is Isaiah 58:1. Cry loud and spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
That's right.
And shew my people their transgressions. It's the house of Jacob their sins.
We don't care
Okay,
about
that's what we're supposed to do.
I think we're out here for
Alright.
everyone. That's the thing.
We're not out here for everybody. We're not trying to get everybody to listen. Because we're of a spiritual understanding that when you try and tell somebody something, if they're not of the elect, what we're saying, they're going to be blocked off from what we're telling them. No matter how hard you try to break it down to them, they're not going to get it, man. Because they're not supposed to get it. Alright? They're not supposed to. There's some type of block, man, some type of spirit that's on them that's preventing them from getting this, man.
That deep sleep.
Yeah.
Alright?
Deep sleep, yeah.
You can call it sleep, but I'm just saying that there's a spirit that's on them, man. When they can't receive this, they can't get it. Well,
Yeah, the fellas covered their eyes.
yeah.
This is John 10:27. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them and they that follow me.
That's right. So you're gonna recognize the tone of that voice, man.
Exactly.
You know when you've been on the phone to different people. And say if you lost all their mobile phone numbers, right? And then you get a phone call from one of those people, and you can just recognize the voice, man. You don't recognize the number. The number shows up, but you don't recognize the number. But then you hear their tone of voice that, yeah, I know this is. I don't even need to ask who's this. You know, you say who's this. You don't need to do that. You just automatically, yeah, I know that tone of voice, that deep tone of voice.
Yeah.
With that weird tone of voice, I know who this is, man. Yeah, so the elect, when they come up here, they're trying to figure out shit. They're trying to find their way. But once they hear this, they're like, yeah, man, this sounds about right. All right? They recognize it, man, because they're part of the elect. Okay.
This is on Isaiah 29, verse 18. It says, "And in that day shall the deaf hear the words of the book, and the eyes of the blind shall see out of obscurity and out of darkness."
Right. So out of darkness and obscurity, because we're in the land of what? Darkness. The valley of death, man. That's the look that Esau received from the Most High. To rule a land of darkness and death. Alright? This time is the time for Esau and the other nations. The time of the dead, man.
What's the likeness of that?
Time of the Gentiles, that's the time of the dead.
Oh yeah. So like, that's why in the book of Daniel, all the empires that ruled before the kingdom of Israel, what were they described as?
Beasts, man.
Beasts. Animals, man.
Yeah, animals, man. Ignorant.
Yeah.
That's why David says, I was as a beast before thee. So ignorant was I. I was as a beast before thee.
Come.
That's what David said, man. I was as a beast. Why? Because all these kingdoms of men, they were ignorant of the laws of the Lord. And they all came to ruin. It tells you that in Sirach, if a man doesn't follow diligently in the law of the Lord, his house shall soon be overthrown.
And that's why it says, those that have not come into the light shall remain under the congregation of the dead.
Right.
Or in the congregation of the dead, excuse me.
I'm trying to find that.
I'm a woman first. Let me read this as well. I'm not going to read, I'm going to read something.
This guy always comes up anyway. Turkish guy.
Yeah, bring out your scripture, Martin.
Okay, this is on Isaiah 29. This is the one I should be reading right here. This goes right exactly what we're talking about. This is Isaiah 29, verse 9. It says, "Stay yourselves and wonder, cry ye out, and cry, they are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. For the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and have closed your eyes, the prophets and your rulers. The seers have he covered."
Read it, sir.
Okay, it says, this is Isaiah 29, verse 9. It says, "Stay yourselves and wonder, cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, not with wine, and they stagger, but not with strong drink."
Yeah, because they don't have the wisdom of the Lord. They're staggering like a drunken man. You know what I'm saying? You're like a drunkard. You tell him to walk in a straight line, he can't do that. Because he's filled up with alcohol, man. He's messed up his senses, man.
His faculties and shit.
You know what I'm saying? He can't even see the world naturally. The world is doing all of this, man. Alright? So he's staggering around. Okay? That's how these other nations is, man. In the wisdom of the Lord. they're in error. They're called beasts. Okay. Now, someone give me that verse 3, verse 27. Read that.
And it says,
Verse 4. Go.
Yeah, it says, for the Lord hath poured upon you the spirit of deep sleep,
Most I poured upon you the spirit of deep sleep, but
and have closed your eyes.
and closed your eyes. Does it literally mean you're literally physically sleeping? No, it means you in a dream, man. You in the world. You're in the world. And you're sleeping in the world, man. You're following the spirit of this present world, man. You've got no idea about the world that's to come. Not realizing that the world we're in is going to pass away with fervent heat. You here planning about what you're going to do in the next 20 years' time. You're thinking about grandchildren. You mean to tell me that's not a man that's sleeping?
Get married, brother.
You're thinking about finding the love of your life in Babylon. When the scriptures tell you that your wife shall be your harlot.
So you know what that means? That means that there's no love. There's no such thing as love, man. It don't exist.
Yeah. So you're sweet dreaming. And the scriptures say women will walk in the light and not be like as the children of darkness, man. And be sober-minded. Well, are you finished with that?
It says, and for the Lord hath poured upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and have closed your eyes. Prophets and your rulers, the seers have he covered.
Right.
And the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed.
Right, so all your seers and prophets, their eyes have been covered. Talking about your pastors and deacons, man. Okay? And ministers. And whatever the hell you want to call them. All in church, alright? Breaking the scriptures wrong. Breaking down the scriptures wrong. Giving you the wrong interpretation. Alright? Because that's what they're doing. They're not breaking the scriptures down the right way. But you call them, you look to them as being your pastors, as your shepherds.
It says, which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I cannot, for it is sealed.
Oh yes. That's all right.
Yeah, it says, and the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed.
Right.
Which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I cannot, for it is sealed.
That's enough of that. Because Robbie here was going into how these kingdoms of different men are described as being what? Beasts. Okay? And now this all correlates into what the brother was reading here about the Most High lifting his hand up against the strange nations. They're strange because they're dead. The Most High is not dealing with them. The scriptures liken their kingdoms unto being beasts. Because the Most High didn't impart his knowledge and his word unto these other nations. That's why the scriptures call it the word of life, living waters. Remember that? Do you understand what I'm saying? The living waters. You know what I'm saying? The fountain of life. If you drink of these waters, you shall never thirst. Okay, everlasting life.
I got another precept.
The Lord gave his word unto who? To who?
Israel. To Israel.
Did he give it to them, the Medo-Persians? Was their kingdom an everlasting kingdom? What about the Greeks? And the Egyptians and the Assyrians? Is their kingdom still going on today? Is there still great pharaohs in Egypt right now? You know, great pharaohs and that, man? Of course not. All right, their kingdom will not everlasting because they will not. The Most High didn't impart His word, His holy word to them. The reason why our kingdom is going to be everlasting because the word and wisdom and understanding of the Most High will dwell therein forever.
And that's why it says in Isaiah 2, it says, what shall go forth out of Zion? The word of the Lord.
Right.
The commandments of the Lord.
Right, so read that verse you have. The one that I gave you.
Yeah, the book of Sirach, chapter 27, verse 3. Unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord, his house shall soon be overthrown.
Read that one more time.
Unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord, his house shall soon be overthrown.
Unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord, his house shall soon be overthrown. And that's why all these kingdoms were overthrown. Because the fear of the Lord was not present in any of them. Okay? In any of them. These beasts, these kingdoms, these beastly kingdoms were ignorant. Alright? Go a piece of it.
Yeah, this is First Maccabees 1 and 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom.
Read a bit louder.
It's like it. This is First Maccabees 1 and 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people. Verse 42. And everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. So all the people left their customs to follow after the ways of the Greeks.
Right, the ways of the Greeks. Yeah. Right? And the Greeks were ruled by who? Esau. Worst of the heathens, man. Wickedest in all the world. Okay? So that was a super beast. Just like now. You can't exercise the laws of the Most High here. If you do that, you'll get arrested, man. For killing, murdering homosexuals. Alright? Okay? Murdering transgender. You'll get arrested quick. They'll put your picture on the front cover of the newspaper, demonize you.
Yep.
You'll get crucified quick time, man. They'll drag you through the streets, throwing banana skins at you, all kinds of mess, man.
Like you say, you don't even have to go that far in this kingdom when it comes to that sort of thing. If you just talk against them sort of people, man, you're going to find yourself in trouble.
It's called hate crimes. They're deleting YouTube accounts. There's this guy called Obsidian. They deleted his account off YouTube, man. Wow. You know, you got O'Shea Duke Jackson. You got certain YouTube. They're talking about they're monitoring YouTube, man. You can't even speak bad against the black woman on YouTube.
Check that out.
They're gonna start deleting your videos, man, if you speak bad about even the black woman. Alright? All hate speech is heavily being monitored now, man.
And supremacy too. He said supremacy speech. Which that goes back to us. It's what we teach the supremacy of our people. Yeah. But if we were to teach so-called Edomite supremacy, not so-called Edomite supremacy. Yeah. Right. But if we were to teach Edomite supremacy, then it wouldn't be nothing wrong with that. But because we're teaching this now, outside of their agenda, now it's a problem. You know, they have to shut it down.
You know what I'm saying? Any type of radical speeches, you know, that's gonna get aborted, man. That's all off chart now. They're starting to delete accounts, delete videos, flagging you. They're coming hard on it now, man. All right, so it's gonna be a point, and you know us, man. You know how we get down. You know how GMS does. They're gonna be coming after us, man. Soon, very soon. If they're not doing it already.
They are doing it already. I've been just speaking with the news.
You know, brother, I gotta read this, man. I gotta read this. I'll tell you what, read the article. Go on, because that's what it's doing.
Just a quick point in the article from where it says YouTube to remove thousands of videos pushing extreme views.
Read that really loud.
It's a YouTube to remove thousands of videos pushing extreme views.
Right, YouTube removing videos that are bringing out extreme views, man. Okay, we're bringing out extreme views, especially my videos, man. But the titles I put in the straight exclamation marks, bold titles. Go ahead.
And I jump straight to the point. It says the new policy will ban videos alleging that a group is superior.
See, that's what I was talking about.
superior in order to justify discrimination, segregation, or exclusion.
That's us. that's basically us.
Yeah, that's right.
So they're gonna be putting us down, man. So you brothers, you better be prepared. They'll be coming for us, man. First on YouTube, and then on the physical level, man.
And I'm gonna say this as well.
Read that, man.
I must need to say this, and that goes for you guys out there that can't fit in with, that can't get in where you fit in at. Because you got a lot of guys that have been procrastinating and just pretty much straddling the fence, and they don't know whether they should, come down and take heed to the word. All right. So a lot of you guys out there that are bullshitting around, a lot of you guys is gonna get to the point where all of this information that's being opened up to you, you're gonna be looking for it now. That's right. Okay? But then it's gonna be too late. And you're gonna have some guys, they're gonna know the name of the Lord. They may say, oh, what's the name of one of the names is Yahweh, or one of them is named Yahweh Shai. But guess what? Just because you know the name of the Lord, it don't mean that you're gonna be saved. Because it says in Matthew 7, it says, those that say Lord, Lord, they're not gonna enter into the kingdom. But those that do the will of my Father in heaven. Because you didn't come out, you didn't come into the truth the right way. Alright? So a lot of you guys are gonna be found with your ass exposed, with your pants exposed, with your pants down below your ass, man. Alright? I tell it like that.
That's right. So we don't know.
But the worst place to be is not knowing where you stand with the Lord. Everything starts to happen, and then you're just there like, oh shit.
Yeah, I should have.
I didn't do anything, man.
Yeah, I should have. I could have. It's too late.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to be there saying I could have or I should have, man. Because like I said, man, everything you're doing now is going to be remembered for all time. Everything that we're doing now, man. Okay? You only got one shot at this. Once the door closes, that's it. You can't open it back up again. And like rewind.
No, there's no rewind.
And try to make it right again quickly. That's why do you think we're out here? We're out here to warn them. Say, listen, don't fuck up, man. Don't have any regret. Don't be a part of Daniel's chapter 12, man. Eternal, what's it? Everlasting shame.
Exactly.
Because when you're in the kingdom and you look up and you see the elect flying in the sky, and you look down at yourself being an average Joe Israelite.
You see the God.
Son of God, yeah?
That's
Them hats are supposed to symbolize big afros. Yeah, brothers was breaking it down. That's why they wear them hats. Woolly hair, big black afro, woolly hair.
These are strange nations, man. You have to understand that these are strange. Whoever in the hell said that we're all the same, man? You look at these nations, man. Observe them. These are strange nations, man.
It's actually an insult.
Their sense of humor is strange. The things they laugh at is strange. The things that they poke fun at. You look at that and think, I ain't laughing at that. That's an abomination, man.
Precept out.
I'm laughing at that shit, man. But they look at you like you're weird, man, for not laughing along with them.
Yeah.
You're saying, bro.
Yeah.
Real quick. Yeah, we're gonna go back.
144 Psalms 7 says all the symbolic numbers as well. Send thine hand from above, rid me and deliver me out of the great waters, from the hand of strange children.
Right, straight. Right.
Whose mouth speaketh vanity, their right hand is a right hand of falsehood. Last one. I will sing a new song unto thee, O God, upon a psaltery of an instrument of 10 strings will I sing praises unto thee.
Right. So we need to be delivered from these strange nations, man.
That's the one.
Yeah, man.
Because their strange ways have seduced us, man. Yep. Now you got Jake's selling prawn, man. Go out to the Jamaican shop, they sell prawn in there, man.
Sell what?
They sell prawn.
Prawns.
Prawns, man.
Yeah.
Prawns.
Yeah, prawns. Yes, it's shrimps and that, man. Shrimps, prawns.
That was never a Benjamin.
Yeah, that was never true. Never.
They're doing it now.
Not in my house.
Yeah.
They're doing it now, man.
Niggas will eat anything, man.
Yeah, but I remember as well.
It's true.
I've never eaten nothing like that, man, until I started seeing the white woman.
Yeah.
It's true. They call it seafood, but they don't have fish in it.
I used to hate me, man. Go over to the house there, man, and she's cooked all that.
You know?
All that shrimp, but never touched none of those things, man.
You know, these are strange people. Watch their behavior, man. Watch the jokes they make. Watch how they walk, man. They don't even walk like, you know what I'm saying? The way they dress, man. They don't even got no style in the way they dress, man. Unless they observe us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's almost like we civilize them. We don't.
Without literally doing it.
And it says, and this was out on June the 5th, that's 2 days ago. It says YouTube announced plans on Wednesday to remove thousands of videos and channels that advocate neo-Nazism. Nazism's
What?
white
Neo-Nazi.
Nazism.
Neo-Nazism.
Yeah. White supremacy and other bigoted ideologies in an attempt to clean up extremisms and hate speech on his popular service.
So that's us, man. We speak hate. We speak hate. And that's how you know Esau's unjust, because the things that Esau did towards us, he doesn't think that we have a reason to speak out against the things that he's done to us, man.
Yeah, man.
He says that we're speaking hate, like there's no reason behind the madness. There's no method to the madness. We're just speaking hate. That's the injustice of Esau, man.
Again, that goes back to him being strange.
And what's hypocritical about Esau is that he'll put up a poster saying, if you've been abused, speak out.
Oh yeah, right.
If you've been raped, don't be afraid to speak out. We're speaking out, man.
That's right.
Because we've
been speaking out. We've been raped. We've been abused, man.
Right.
But the second we say something, oh, it's hate crime now. We're speaking hate.
So really,
oh my gosh. You know, we gotta get rid of their videos. We gotta get them off the street. But if little Becky screams out how she got raped, oh, it's okay, Becky.
Right, that's acceptable, yeah.
But if a nigga could talk about how he been raped for sex, he gonna shut up, man.
That's right.
Cause it's niggas.
You're still talking about slavery?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Showing you that our higher power needs to deliver us, man. Because going to Esau is not gonna bring justice to us, man.
That's right. We just gotta get the hell out of here.
He wasn't set up to.
Right.
He was not set up to. That's not even prophetical anyway. Where does it say Esau's got? Scripture says no man shall bag you. So deliverance ain't gonna come out in the hand of no man. It's gonna come out the hand of the Most High's right hand, man.
That's right.
In the scriptures say, I want to meet thee as a man. So,
Exactly.
The bar.
5 minutes left.
4 minutes.
You know what I'm saying?
3 minutes.
The other part that's what goes into what I talked about. That was the main point.
That's a powerful point. That goes into what the famine of the word, man.
Exactly. Matter of fact, I can end it off with that.
The famine of the word, man. Hey, yo, how did we get these breakdowns?
Right, exactly.
How did we get these interpretations? How did brothers hear about the word? Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. How did we get that? Off the World Wide Web, man. But when it's shut down, how you gonna get saved? How you gonna make it?
You get Psalms 19.
How you gonna be sealed?
Read that scripture and I'll end it off with this.
You're gonna be left out there on your own, man. You know what the scriptures say? Give me some of your oil.
Right.
What you gonna turn back and say? The spirit gonna turn back and say, listen, when you gonna go to them that sell and buy.
He said, you gotta go get it yourself.
You out, meaning you're by yourself, man.
I'm not really good at
I can't help you. You said you was gonna get the family of the wood.
No, he's gonna get Psalms 19 and I'm gonna end it off with this one.
Oh, you're ending off that, yeah?
Yeah. You get Psalms 19, brother.
So Psalms 19 and 1, and it says, the heavens, Psalms 19 and 1, and it
This is the
says,
internet scripture.
the heavens declare the glory of the Most High,
Right?
and the firmament showeth his handiwork.
The firmament showeth his handiwork, man.
Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge.
Right?
There is no speech, no language, where their voice is not heard.
Right?
Their light is gone out through all the earth,
Right?
and the words and their words to the ends of the world.
It's called what? www. Blah blah blah.
That's amazing.
World Wide Web. Okay? There is no speech or language where their voice is not heard.
That's right.
Why? Because the firmament showeth the handiwork of the Most High.
Exactly.
So the Most High is using that device and put the spirit upon man to create that device to help the prophets, man.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly, brother. Yep.
And didn't even know it.
That was an Ebo that made it.
Okay? And didn't even know it.
Yep.
But it's coming to a point where that's all gonna come to an end, man. You know why? Because the Most High is bringing in his kingdom now. And all this folly is coming to an end now. Because one thing I've seen on YouTube is that Jake likes to talk a lot, man. And it's become a habit now. No, Jake likes to, it's entertainment. All the entertainment's coming to an end now.
That's right.
It's entertainment to Jake. Jake is getting complacent.
Yeah, but let him finish this since we got a few minutes.
I think it might be
Finish
done.
up with this.
It says, in them hath he set up a tabernacle for the sun,
It's gonna be done any minute now. Any minute.
which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, and rejoiceth as a strong man to run a race. His going forth is from the end of the heaven, and his circuit unto the ends of it, and there is nothing hid from the heat thereof.
That's it.
Yeah, this is Amos 8, verse 11. It says, behold, the days come, save the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor of thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. Verse 12, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east, and they shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it.
Right? Because they're trying to